What is up, my brothers and sisters? It's early in the morning. I went to the store yesterday and I was like, the shelves are looking pretty empty. And then everybody's like, oh, that's what the store always looks like. And I'm like, the store always looks empty? Huh. I mean, I try to go grocery store shopping as much as I can, like every 2 weeks. And I get the bare minimum because that's all I can afford. And so, how do you say, the store to me is looking kind of empty. And now there's this government shutdown, but they say that every year. You know, every year they're like, oh, the government's going to shut down. And they always make a deal at the very last minute. You know what I mean? Like they do this like every year. And Trump, the Trumpster, says that if they have to shut it down and it comes back on, that they're going to fire all these federal workers. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, let's be real here. The reason why all this is happening is because there ain't no money, right? There ain't no money. There ain't no food. So this is why prices are going up. It ain't because of the tariffs. It's because there ain't no food. You know what I mean? You know, why do we count on all this beef and chicken and eggs? And, you know, when we grow it in our very own country, are there not cows here? Are there not chickens here? You know, I look around and I kind of live in the country now. And everywhere I look, there's fucking chickens and cows everywhere. Right? So I'm like, what's the problem here? You know what I mean? And really, these farmers or these people who own ranches are probably holding on to those because that's for them. You know what I mean? So they got that on lock if it ever comes down to it, right? Like they already own chickens and cows. They don't need to go to the store. Like they already got some. But, you know, I'm looking around and I'm like, but, you know, I see all these cows and chickens and sheep and berries and lemons and cherries. You know, so I'm like, I don't understand. And, you know, it's because there ain't no money, right? Like they're both in on it. It's all part of the show. They just want you to make you think that they're fighting against each other and, right? And they want you to fight against each other because it's the left and the right paradigm, right? The schism, you know? And, you know, the sun's blowing up like every day. And, you know, if you look at the Ishwa, there's always like a bow shot going on, right? And then the auroras are always happening. So, like, it's happening already. You just don't know it. And you're not looking, you know, you're not doing your research and you're not finding these things, right? There's massive earthquakes happening everywhere. It's already happening now. And it's not going to get any better. It's only going to get worse. The quakes are going to get bigger. The hurricanes are going to get worse. The food is going to get scarce. There's going to be less money and less jobs. It's already happening. It can't be stopped. There is no getting better, right? And I hate to be a downer and a boomer and a what do they call it? When people are like always talking about the apocalypse, right? And scaring the shit out of people. Well, you know, there's really no stopping that either. You know what I mean? Like people keep having to get fed this hope that nothing's happening and that nothing's going to happen. And it's already happening. They just have a good way of lying to you and covering it up and that things are going to get better. You know, all these people, I see all these people, they're like, oh, we voted for Trump because he was going to make things better and grocery prices were going to get better and things were going to get cheaper. And then they want to blame it on Biden because it was Biden economy, right? Well, this has been going on before Biden, right? Like, it ain't just because Biden let all these people in and they're spending all this money. You know, Trump shut the government down when COVID came around. And then you had billions spent on hospitals pushing the vaccine and blah, 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 right? And throwing out free money to everybody, the stimulus checks. Like, what about all that? Like, this stuff's been going on for a long time. You just didn't know it because you choose not to see it. You know what I mean? Like you want to blame it on somebody but the only person to blame is yourself. And people can't look themselves in the mirror and figure that out. You know, you did it to yourself. Remember, you wanted this. You begged for it. And, well, now you got it. You know what I mean? And just because you voted for Trump and you thought things were going to get better, now you're acknowledging that Biden, right? That it's because of Biden. Well, what did you think Trump was going to do when he invested in a shitty country and a shitty economy and a shitty, right? All these shitty situations. Like, how can they be fixed? If you were the president, what would you do? Do you have the answer? Well, then maybe you need to shut the hell up. You know what I mean? You know, I never voted and I don't plan on voting. So, you know, I got the right to bitch because, you know, I played no part of it. Never have. You know, as where all these people voted for this, voted for that, and then they're not getting it. And then they keep getting fed this hope that, oh, it's going to get better. Oh, it's going to get fixed. And, well, where is it at? It seems to be escalating further by the day. It ain't getting any better. And then, you know, you have these auroras going off like once a week, earthquakes going off, hurricanes. And people always want to blame it on something. And they don't ever like acknowledge that maybe God should be put in the equation, right? Maybe it's because of you, right? It ain't because of them. It's because of you. You know, people can't take responsibility for their own actions, you know, and you begged for this, remember? You wanted this. And in the end, you know, I think when people have to face the music, you know, people expect God to forgive you. People expect to just be forgiven for nothing, right? People expect to be forgiven at the last minute, right? People think they're doing the right thing when they might be doing the wrong thing, right? They can acknowledge and take responsibility for their own actions and the things that they're doing and the hatred that they bring to the table. But then they call themselves godly people and that they're going to be saved and that there's a rapture coming for them. Nah, there ain't a rapture coming for you. You know what's coming for you? The same thing that's coming for everybody else. And last time I checked, for you to go to heaven, you gotta fucking die, right? No, like, that means you fucking died, dude. So your rapture is gonna come when you get your fucking head smashed in, when you take a bullet to the neck, right? When you're standing in the middle of the gunfire. You know, remember, when this war breaks out and in your neighborhoods you're getting shot at, remember that you wanted this because you wanted the left and the right to be against each other. You wanted World War III to begin, right? That's what you wanted. So, you know, take your licks, deal with it, figure it out.